In my last video I installed a belt drive from RS-TEC on my Royal Enfield Meteor 350, and today I will do a test ride to find out is there any difference to a chain drive. So why switch to a belt drive? First and very important, less maintenance. There's no need for cleaning or lubrication of the chain. Then of course it's a cleaner ride. There is no grease, no dirty wheel hubs, no dirty hands, so everything is much cleaner than with a normal chain. And one big plus, a belt has a longer lifespan than a chain. Of course nothing is perfect and there are some downsides of a belt drive in comparison to a chain drive, and I will tell you the downsides after my test ride. So my first impressions, the Meteor 350 is much quieter. There's no more chain noise, and also when you are downshifting, completely different feel, much quieter and much more soft when you are shifting. Also the throttle response feels smoother now. The acceleration is a little bit more gradual. So the ride is absolutely super smooth. Feels definitely different than with a chain. I will test a bumpy road over here to see if there's a difference when you're riding over bumps. So a little bit of gravel road here. So here are some nice bumps. Yeah, this is definitely different, because if you are riding over these kind of bumps with a chain, then sometimes you have this chain slack, which is absolutely gone now, of course. No more noise with a belt drive. Okay, let's speed up a little bit. Yeah, definitely less noise than with a chain when you are shifting. It's so quiet. Yeah, and if you're riding like this, 70 kilometers, everything super smooth. Yeah, and also the throttle response is a little bit different. It's a little bit more gradual compared to a chain. Yeah, and also when you are shifting, completely different feeling, much more soft, much more quiet. So if you are someone who likes riding comfort and quietness and everything clean and less maintenance, a belt drive might be a good choice for you. There will be a reason why Harley-Davidson and Indian produce their bikes with belts and not with chains, because they are cruisers and they still have a lot of power. When you are at lower speeds, it's like gliding over the road. No more chain noise, nothing. Shifting, much more soft. So absolutely thumbs up for a belt drive. This belt drive is from RS-TEC. It's very high quality. Of course there are cheaper versions available online made in India, but when I spoke to my workshop, they installed one belt drive from India on a client's bike, and they said there's a massive difference in quality. And for example, on these Indian belt drives, there was written on the rear pulley that you have to turn it around after 15,000 kilometers. And of course this costs money and time, and of course it's cheaper at the beginning, but if you have to turn the rear pulley every 15,000 kilometers, then the price benefit is gone very fast. And this is what I like. I like the exhaust note of the Enfield. The less noise is there from the chain, from the valves or whatever, the better it is. Just gliding and the exhaust note. Perfect. And in the future, no more dirty fingers. No more lubrication of the chain when you are traveling. You don't have to take grease with you. This is absolutely a big benefit of its belt drive. You can get the front pulley in 2 different gearings, a standard one and a higher gearing, which is like the 16-tooth sprocket for a chain drive. And I decided to go for the higher gearing because yeah, cruising is for me in lower revs, and the Meteor 350 has enough punch in the lower revs. And if you're riding on the country roads, it's a little bit quieter, maybe a little bit less fuel consumption. The revs are between 200 and 300 RPM lower than with the standard gearing. And you can feel it, definitely. It's different now. I was shifting different when I had the standard gearing. So I'm riding more often in 3rd and 4th gear than before. So when it comes to acceleration, I can feel no huge difference. It's still absolutely okay for me. It's enough. But of course you have to make a decision if you prefer to have the bike a little bit more sporty, better acceleration, then stay with the standard gearing. I prefer the cruising style, especially on country roads, and then higher gearing is much more pleasant because the revs are a little bit more down. If you don't know what's the best for you, maybe then order both pulleys for the front. It's not that difficult to exchange them, and then you can try out what's best for you. So my Royal Enfield Meteor 350 feels even more relaxed and soft and cruiserish than before. Absolutely amazing. So I think now everything is finished for my planned road trip. No more modification needed. Before I start my road trip, I will do a final video and show you all the modifications that I did on my Meteor 350. Wow, I'm really impressed. Absolutely amazing. Okay, the price is high, 500 euros, it's not cheap. But the benefit of this belt drive, it's amazing. So what do you think about a belt drive in comparison to a chain drive? Just write it down in the comments, will be very interesting. And if you have any questions concerning the RS-TEC belt drive, I will put the link down in the video description, and you can find all the information on their website. So I finished my test ride and I'm absolutely happy with the belt drive from RS-TEC. It's a complete different ride. It's much quieter, much more soft, like gliding on the roads. There's no chain noise anymore, no chain slapping when you go over bumps, which is also very pleasant. The throttle response feels smoother. The power delivery comes more gradually, but nothing is perfect. So what are the downsides of a belt drive in comparison to a chain drive? First, the costs. A belt drive isn't cheap. It's around 500 euros, but in my opinion, it's absolutely worth it. It's not ideal for off-road. Debris and rocks can be an issue for the belt. Then it's always important the tension has to be just right. Not too loose, not too tight. And a motorcycle has a little bit less of this raw feeling. Everything is a little bit smoother, softer. That's why maybe a lot of cruisers are made with belts like Harley Davidson or Indian motorcycles. If you want a more sporty, more raw feeling of a bike, then a chain might be the better decision. And if you do a lot of touring and you like things clean and low maintenance, then the belt drive is right for you. You can get this belt also for other motorcycles from Royal Enfield. I will put the link down in the video description just in case you're interested. So I hope you liked the video today, and if you did, please give me a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next one. Take care and cheers.